Moving into the top three games of the week. Notre Dame and A&M, Miami and Florida, and Clemson and Georgia. I left out West Virginia and Penn State. I'm sorry. Don't think that one's going to be too big of a showdown. I know Pat McAfee's hyping it up. I know Pat McAfee wants to see his boys perform. I don't think they got it in them. Moving on. Notre Dame and A&M. This could probably be one of your better games of the week. You got the Fighting Irish, number 7, top 10 ranked team, going into Kyle Field, who college football thought at the beginning of the season was the best environment. They did change their tune and update LSU to number 1, by the way, but that's neither here nor there. Either way, A&M's in a limbo period. They got a new coach. Connor Wigman's kind of going through the motion, getting his legs out from under him. I think Connor will be a great quarterback, but I just think this Notre Dame team's kind of too much of a challenge. And by too much of a challenge, I don't mean like they're, going to score 40 points or, shut them down to 0 points. I just think they might be the more complete team. Like we said with the coaching turnover for A&M, Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame have been the opposite. They've kind of been, since Brian Kelly left, really consistent, if you will. And I feel like he's done a pretty good job with that program. So I'll take Notre Dame at +3. It's a field goal. It's a close game. Maybe they cover and win. Who knows? That's going to be my pick for that game. I'm not going to pick A&M outright. Just doesn't feel right. Don't know if A&M has it in them. Week 1, you really don't know what you got. A lot of turnover. We'll see how that one goes. They do have the home field advantage, though, so it could play into their favor. You never know. Then you got Miami versus Florida. Miami's ranked. Florida's unranked. Don't know if that's going to have too much to do with it. It's kind of a state rivalry game. I feel like Miami's the more explosive team. They could score in bunches, but the thing with Florida is they're not necessarily playing with their back against the wall yet, but they'll start to eventually. I mean, the writing's on the wall. This has to be a put up or shut up year for Billy Napier. They have to have, his seat getting a little hot down there in Haynesville. And I think, when LSU goes down, they might get a decent game, a nice, close, little tough, old-fashioned LSU Florida game. But as of right now, when Miami comes in, Mario Cristobal, week 1's interesting, man. You really don't know exactly what you got, and same thing for LSU. It's kind of why everybody's thinking this game will be so close. Both teams are in that exact same situation as well. I'm going to lean more towards Miami only because I think they could score a lot quicker. I think if they have to go on a game-winning drive, they could do it. I think I'm not going to say Mario Cristobal has had his team in a lot better shape than Billy Napier, but it's been kind of hard to say otherwise. Miami's been a lot more competitive. Billy Napier's Florida Gators have kind of been falling off. I'm going to lean with Miami on this one, -135 on the money line. Clemson and Georgia. This one seems too easy. I'm going to go through it, though. Defense is solid for UGA. Carson Beck's ready for a prime season. I feel like he should open up strong. Clemson's not a walk in the park, though. The spread's really, really, really high. I think it's like a damn near 10-5. It's up there. I wouldn't take that. If you're feeling froggy, Georgia -485, you might have to pair that with some legs and make it a little more appetizing. But if you want something real nice, pick 'em -112. The over at 49. I think that's cash. I feel like Georgia's going to probably wind up scoring more towards that 35-point range, and that leaves only around 2 touchdowns for Clemson. And I think Georgia's defense is good, but I don't know if they're going to shut out Clemson. I don't know if Clemson's going to, have a goose egg of a game. I think, Slovis and all this offensive turnaround is kind of questionable, but I'm looking forward to it. I think that one is probably your number 1 game, Clemson and Georgia. I believe it's an 11 a.m. early kickoff. But, hey, college football's back. College football's back. Can't complain if it's early. You just got to embrace it right now.